evening, Mr. Sehgal.
Hi there.
So, could you please confirm that you can hear me?
I can hear you.
Thank you. I hope you're doing well and having a great day so far.
Yes, I am. Thank you.
So, the purpose of this interview is to gather data from professionals like yourself and then to analyze it with a view to publishing results in the form of a book, which might
Right.
be named as 10 Lessons from 100 Interviews. Yeah?
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you so much for making yourself available for this meeting. I really appreciate it. So, regarding this meeting, it will be an interview format and will take approximately 20 to 25 minutes. I
Okay.
hope it's all right with you.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
So, I will share my screen as and when required, and please consider that the questions that are asked will be on behalf of my age group, which is around 11 to 13 years old. So,
Right.
do you have any questions before we begin?
No. Please begin. Yeah.
So, this is the agenda for today. It is mainly spread into 3 sections. In the first section, there will be a set of questions, followed by a personality check in the middle, which is just
Mm-hmm.
an activity and something for you to take away. And lastly, some suggestion and advice questions from you. So I hope you're as excited as I am. And let's begin.
Okay.
So just to begin with, could you please briefly describe what your role is professionally?
My role professionally. Right. I play a couple of roles. So I'm a research scientist by profession, and I'm also a software engineer by profession. So yeah, you can say it's like quite overlapping. It's a broad group of roles which you do, but you can broadly cover everything as a research scientist. That's my job. Come on, I don't make any noise.
So do you like your job? How do you feel about it?
It's nice. It's exciting. It's you get chances to explore many things. You get chances to do new things. So it's quite exciting because every day is like a new thing. It's not like a monotonous kind of thing. So it's good.
Yeah, thank you. So moving on, I'm interested to know what hobbies you enjoy. Are there anything in particular?
Hobbies. Oh wow, that can be quite elaborative again. I like driving, so I drive a lot. I like to go out. I like to do some adventure things. Some sort of adventure sports, maybe climbing and hiking. So definitely these kind of hobbies. Anything that's mostly outdoor, I like it.
So are there any particular you like now because in lockdown you can't really go out?
I try to find my time to go out even during lockdown, like because going out is like one of the easy things. You can just go out and hike somewhere and go for like long walks maybe. Yeah, I do not classify exercising, which I like a lot, and maybe playing sports and gymming and all these kind of things, which I do on a regular basis. For me, this is not. I don't classify them as hobbies because for me, this is a necessity for lifestyle. So I don't classify them as hobbies. But yeah, apart from that, I do a lot of exercising and sports activities.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I cannot classify that under hobbies because I don't treat them as hobbies.
Yeah, sure. Thank you. So, moving on to the next set of questions. Do you have a soft skill that you've gained and you're very glad to have gained it?
Soft skills you definitely keep on gaining over a period of time. I mean to say, it's not like you can gain like in a week or two. There can be you can improve on your like public relation skills, communication skills, but that's like a very gradual process. It keeps on happening. It's nothing something which I can recollect. Okay, in the last 30 days I got this actually. So it's very hard to basically narrow down on that thing. So
Is there
for
anything you have, any soft skill that you have?
That's a very difficult thing because hard skills I can quantify. I have these hard skills, but soft skills, I don't know. Maybe like everybody puts like these kind of things like interpersonal skills,
Maybe like,
communication.
maybe, yeah, communication or teamwork, maybe, something like that.
Definitely yes. I mean to say I can use a lot of these buzzwords: communication, teamwork, interpersonal skills, public relations, speaking. But I don't really know whether I mean to say there can be a list of things. You do all these things all throughout your career. So I cannot really pinpoint on any one or two things. Okay, definitely these two things I have. It's again like a big mix of everything. You work in big teams. You eventually develop your team working skills. You develop individually, yeah, like you work individually, so you develop other sort of soft skills. So it's very hard to say that definitely I have these. I think so when everybody is in a certain profession, they develop certain soft skills. Like they develop a lot of soft skills. Some are developed a bit more, some are developed a bit less. So it's like a mix of everything. Everybody will have it.
Definitely. Thank you. So moving on from that soft skill, which you didn't say that you really like could classify, is there
Yeah.
a skill that you really wished you had? Any skill?
Oh, again, like in the soft skill zone. I don't know. I think so because my profession is pretty technical. Sometimes I feel maybe I wish we had more public engagement skills, I would say. I think so. When a person gets too much into hard skills, they miss out on these aspects. It's not like you don't want to do it or you cannot do it. Maybe it's something where it can be improved. More of like public engagement kind of skills because you're too much engrossed with your computers and everything, so maybe need to look beyond that.
Yeah, thank you. So that's that. So moving on from skills to advice, have there been a time when you were given a piece of advice and that you were very glad to have followed it?
Glad to have followed it, like in my work sphere or just in general in life.
General in life, anyone has given you.
A lot of advice. I keep on getting advice every day. From all the corners I'm getting advice. But something you are asking which I enjoyed following it, I think so. It's like yeah, somebody once told me you should always follow your passion. uh, and probably I won't say I would say I've imbibed it, but I won't say it has completely rewarded me. But maybe that's something I took on board, and that's something I still enjoy. You know, something you really like, something which you're really passionate about, even if it is not fetching you any sort of money, it's not giving you anything, but you really enjoy doing that. So
Yeah.
I think so that following a passion, everybody has it, but I think so. Somebody just puts like acts like a catalyst and just says, "Oh, do this," and probably I would take that as an advice. Okay, you told me this, I'm doing this now. So yeah, maybe following your passion.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you. I think that's a very good piece of advice. You should try following your passion, do what you want.
Yeah.
Definitely. Thank you. So now this one's still based on advice, but has there been a piece of advice that you wished you had followed?
Um. Yeah. There. I mean, it's long time in history, to be honest. But yeah, there were a couple of advice given to me long time back in history, like which was related to basically career transitions and uh, what kind of thing I might pursue. So probably uh, there were certain educational advices given to me. There were certain sort of professional advices given to me, which now I think after a while maybe they would have been. If I could have followed that, maybe my course of things would have been a bit different, and it's again very hard to classify, but there are a couple of advices which center around these things, which might have been more helpful. So I just didn't take it. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. So at the beginning, I had said that there were three sections of this interview.
Yeah.
Just before we move on to the second section, the personality check, could you please try to describe yourself with three words?
Describe myself in three words.
Yes, please.
I'm very clear. I am quite energetic, and so I'm clear and sincere in whatever I'm doing and saying. I'm quite energetic, and I'm quite passionate about everything I do. I don't know whether this thing completely describes me or not, but these are the three adjectives that came to my mind. So,
Thank you. I think they're very good pieces of advice that you can use. Yes. Thank you.
yeah.
So now moving on. So now we will start the personality check. So you'll be seeing a screen. So can you please confirm you can see it?
I can see it now. Yeah.
Okay. So this is the personality check, and if you ask me, it's probably the most fun part in this whole interview.
Right. I can see a couple of people over there. Yeah.
There aren't any right or wrong answers, and if you feel that there are any hard questions, feel free to skip them. Otherwise,
Right.
can you please try to describe yourself with 3 words? I mean,
Uh.
put the following
Oh,
five
sorry.
animals in the order of your preference. Sorry.
Oh, so I need to put these following five animals in the order of my preference.
Yes, please.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's interesting. I've never done this thing. Okay, I would put the cow as first.
Thank you.
I will put the tiger as second, a horse as third, a sheep as fourth, and a pig as fifth.
Thank you. So each one represents something, and then the
Yeah.
order you have chosen it in tells what order and priorities you have in your life. Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
So because you said that cow goes first, your first priority in your life is your job,
Mm-hmm.
followed by your pride or passion,
Mm-hmm.
then your family,
Right.
then love, and then money.
One definitely fits my thing perfectly, which is money, which is in the end. So that perfectly fitted. Just a bit confused between career and pride, the one and two. I can stick with the three and four, that's fine. But the career and pride, I it's a bit tricky. This one is a bit tricky for me. So because if career is the priority, then money cannot be down, so down in the scale. Because nowadays career is somewhere linked to money, so nobody no, nobody works for charities. So
No, maybe, no,
hmm,
maybe, but they like your job. Maybe you like your job, so.
that can be there, that's again, that's again where, what I told you, passion. But it's not necessarily that your job is giving you that passion. When I said I'm passionate about things, I never meant I'm passionate about things related to my job.
Mhm.
There can be other things in life. So the thing is, yeah. So career and pride, it's a bit of a tricky thing for me. I don't know whether I can put career first or pride first,
Mhm.
because pride can come from a lot of things. It can come from the work you do. It can come from your activities. It can come from even your family. It can come from a lot of factors. But career is quite narrowed down. Career is mostly related to your job. So it's like, this is my job and this is my career.
Mhm.
So yeah, so that can be a bit tricky, but yeah, more or less, I think so. The order is not bad because, yeah, family, love, and money. Yeah, I would put in that order. That's fine.
Thank you. So now, moving on to the next one, which I think this one might be the most interesting of the
Wow.
two. So can you please tell me a word that will describe um, each one?
Uh, wow. Dog. Okay. Dog can be maybe loyalty.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Cat can be cat. Cat is. It can be. Uh, that's hard. Selfish. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know. This can be my personal opinion, so it's like rat. Rat. Okay, I'm thinking of a right word now for rat. Rat can be a couple of things in my mind, but I'm thinking of the right word to strike. So a rat can represent. Uh, I don't know. Somebody who is always seeking. Seeking is the word that comes to my mind. Somebody who is a bit confused also, actually, but somebody who is always craving for things, seeking things.
Yep.
And C can describe a lot of things. So C, what can I think of C? Um, I don't know. For me, C is a mystery.
Thank you. So each one tells a personality. So when you describe each one
Hmm.
like loyal, selfish, seeking, and mystery, they describe personalities. Yeah.
Okay.
So because you said the dog was loyal, your
Oh
partner
wow.
is
I like
selfish.
the second one. That's amazing.
Your
Hmm.
enemy is over seeking stuff, and your life is a mystery.
Oh wow. That's perfect. Give me a screenshot of that. I will take that home. That's amazing. Yeah,
Oh,
that's nice. Hmm.
yeah.
I'm quite enjoying this association of objects and entities and animals with certain hidden things which you reveal later, and then you know, it keeps you thinking after that,
Yeah. Thank you.
and then sometimes you think, oh, whether you said the right answer or wrong answer. But I think so. I will stick to that one at least.
Thank you. So now I will stop sharing so we can continue on the third
All
section,
right.
which is the suggestion and advice section. Yes? So,
Okay.
from your personal experience, if you would like to give a piece of advice to children, what advice do you think you should give to them that they should follow?
I think so. Like I give it to my child also. I think so. Children should not be. My piece of advice to children is that again, I will stick to what I started with. That every child should be pursued and should be encouraged and should be motivated to pursue their interests and passions rather than just following the norm which is happening out there. So
Mhm.
I am quite against those things that because everybody is becoming an engineer, hence you should become an engineer. No, you
Mhm.
become what you want to become. If you want to become a tennis player, then become a very good tennis player. If you want to become a cleaner, become a good cleaner. That's fine. Just become that. So I think so. It's again, following that passion very intensely from a very, very young age, because after a while it gets too late.
Definitely, because you would have chosen new things. You might not have enough experience for it later on. Thank you.
Yeah,
So now the second question in this section is is there a piece of advice you should give to children that they shouldn't do?
that they shouldn't do.
Yes,
They should not do a lot of things. They should not trouble me. No, anyways. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's a difficult one. So you just need one piece of advice then,
yes, please.
where children should not do. Probably, I don't know. At some point, just looking at how the world is going, um, probably. Oh dear, they should not be doing. That's hard. Nothing is striking my head because I'm thinking a lot of things, but I'm trying to pick up one thing which I can tell you, which they should not be
If you want to
doing.
give multiple, so
Yeah, I can give multiple, but I'm still trying to make a phrase for you. So, um, I think so. I don't know. Probably the first thing is they should actually listen to their mentors, because sometimes I find it hard that sometimes it can be that children can go into this zone of we know all kind of thing. So I think so that kind of correct mentoring is very important, and probably I would definitely tell children to listen to whoever is mentoring them in a very sincere and humble way. Who is mentoring them? What, because maybe they are sharing their experience about certain things in life. So probably listening is one of the keys I encourage in children. They should listen more.
mhm.
I'm not saying they don't do it. I'm just saying that I would tell that please pay attention to it. Do listen to things. So probably yeah, listening more, and maybe talking a bit, giving more emphasis to listening than speaking. So that's one of the things.
Thank you. I think that
So if there is anything other that strikes my head, I will tell you. But I would have written something very nicely if you would have given me these questions earlier. I would have written something from my mind, just thinking, you know, writing. But yeah, if anything comes, I'll tell you. Or if
okay.
anything comes to me later, I'll tell your dad also.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Thank you for all your answers. We have now completed the third section of this interview.
Okay. Right.
And if you want, should I ask some bonus questions as well?
You can if you want. Yeah, that's fine.
So, have you done something before that had got you into trouble?
Have I done something which has got me into trouble?
Yes, please.
I have done a lot of things which has got me into trouble. One of the things I
Tell me
can
more.
tell you is I have broken laws, so that has got me into trouble. So yeah, I will just put one thing. I've done a lot of things, but maybe breaking laws that has put me into trouble.
Thank you.
I have broken school regulations, which has put me into trouble a lot of times. So regulations of some governing authorities, breaking the law of the country. So I've done these things a couple of times, and which has put me into trouble. So
Thank you. And and the second one, um, have you done something before that you did, you think you should have got into trouble for, but you didn't?
yeah, I think so. As you say, we do sometimes do certain things, and we think, oh, this will get us into trouble now. But then somehow situations don't line up, and you escape the thing. So yeah, there have been a couple of times. Maybe they can be very trivial things. There can be things like breaking laws in public, like even if you're like driving not in the good sense, and you think, oh, you should be caught for this, you should be fined, but you just escape, or maybe nobody sees you. So they can be very simple things, but they can be more complicated things also. So let's stick to these things related to laws because they are simple. So yeah,
Okay.
just making some law and not getting into trouble.
Thank you. So we have now finished this. So just to conclude, could I please request you one thing that you have liked about this interview?
I think so. It was nice, short, and very productive. The best part of the interview for me was those the pictorial representations of animals with personalities. So that was my favorite part. But I think so overall, I loved it. Yeah.
Most of the people that I've interviewed have said that they liked the personality check, and some people
Yes.
even said that they wanted more of it. So
I think so. Yes, I quite agree with them because if there is more of it, to be honest with you, because when you ask questions, uh, it's very difficult to instantly think of a lot of things. Like you asked me, like the last question related to law, rule breakings, and putting me into trouble. If I sit for half an hour, I can make a list of it. But if I think spontaneously, then it's like then I think of something, maybe I will think something very vague or very but yeah, those picture things that gives you a very visual perspective about thinking. Maybe your brain thinks in a very different way. So when you showed me the pictures, the answers were coming to my mind much quicker.
yeah,
So yes, I think so. I quite agree with all the people you have interviewed before. I think so. Those kind of graphical representations, it helps a lot to get the best out of us. If you're interviewing us, you can get the best out of us.
definitely. Thank you. And just for the scope of improvement, if I had to change something, what do you think I should change?
I don't think so. You need to change anything. You just need to amend or modify, or maybe append things. You need to add more of those kind of exercises which you had. I think so. If your interview is like say more than 60% of that thing, those kind of questions centered around those graphical representations, and maybe 30 to 40% of talking. I think so. You will get. I mean to say, I think so. It will be more beneficial in seeking in getting information for whatever your task is.
Sure. Thank you. So, just for a token of appreciation, I would really like to present you with this certificate for taking part in my interview. So, here it
Oh
is.
wow, that's amazing. Thank you so much. Can I get a copy of this?
Yeah, sure. I'll email it to you. Yeah?
Oh, excellent. Yeah. Do you need my email ID?
Yes, I'll take it later. Yeah, sure.
Okay.
So, I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you so
Bye.
much. Thank you.